On January 1st, Jake Paul tweeted a list of demands that if accepted by Dana White, president of UFC, he will retire from boxing and fight in the UFC. Jake rose to fame long before he became a professional boxer, and it was mainly due to his social media presence. In 2013, he began posting videos on Vine, and then in 2014, he started his YouTube channel. Shortly after, he was cast in the Disney Channel series Bizaardvark, but due to all the controversy surrounding him at the time, he left the show in the middle of filming the second season. After this incident, Jake decided it was time to focus on his personal brand and his music. In 2018, just about a year after his separation from Disney Channel, he decided to enter the world of boxing and has been there ever since. Jake Paul has had his fair share of legal issues and controversies throughout his time in the public eye. He was known for his sexually suggestive behavior, having age-inappropriate behavior for YouTube, getting fired from Disney Channel, and having criminal charges. In multiple instances, Jake was accused of scamming his young followers, stealing their money. He also received many public complaints about his house parties, and at one point he released his home address, and his neighbors filed a class-action public nuisance lawsuit. There was also an instance where Jake was seen as xenophobic and another where he said a racial slur. More recently, women have been coming forward with sexual assault allegations against him. Despite everything he's done, he is still creating content and trying to make a name for himself as a boxer. Jake Paul has been known to publicly criticize the way Dana White runs the UFC, but on Saturday, Paul released a challenge for White on Twitter with demands listed. The first request called for an increase min fighter pay per flight to $50K. The minimum pay is currently only $12K per flight, so Jake is asking for a $38K raise for UFC fighters. Other demands asked for a guarantee of 50% of UFC's annual revenues for and long-term healthcare for their fighters. Jake Paul went on to say, "You have 5 days to accept and to implement the above by March 31, 2022. Once implemented, I will immediately retire from boxing, enter USADA and agree to a one-fight deal with UFC to fight Wei Chin Jorge." In response to this tweet, Dana White issued a video statement calling out Jake's demands. He said, "Nobody on earth thinks you really wrote that. You're too stupid." White went on to say how Paul never tried to prove that he actually uses cocaine despite claiming so many times that he does. "I got a challenge for Jake Paul," White said during a chat on The Fight with Teddy Atlas. "This guy keeps saying I'm a cokehead. He can randomly cocaine test me for the next 10 years if I can randomly steroid test him for the next 2. Dana has also stated that he will not be letting Jake fight anyone under a UFC contract. In response to this, Paul released a video on January 2 arguing every point White made, even taking his steroid remark as a compliment. Jake Paul has had a lot of bad press, but so has the UFC. Dana White has previously stated he would never work with Paul, but after he agreed to all of White's requests, it could happen. Jake went on to tweet, "Part of my offer is enrolling into USADA, the steroid testing for all UFC fighters. Let's do it, Dana. I take Oreos and popcorn. Not steroids." Although there has been no word from White since his last statement, it's only a matter of time before he gives another response considering Jake's offer expires on January 6.